Coach, sort of every night you're getting, big performances out of different people. I thought Baker played pretty well tonight, and other nights it's different people. Is that a, recipe for long-term success, or do you want to see sort of some people step up as more dominant every game, or?
Well, of course you like it when you get multiple players contributing. So I thought Linus's 2 goals were a big part of the game tonight. So he had great jump for a freshman to come in and have a big impact in a game like tonight was really important. So other players were good as well. This was a battle, and I think this is what you're going to see a lot in Big Ten play throughout the year is 2 teams that are evenly matched that are going to compete for every inch of ice. We had a ton of momentum in the second. They found a way to turn it and get a ton of momentum in the third. And we found a way, late in the game to get a tie out and force it to overtime. So it's exciting hockey. And, we scored 11 goals this weekend, so that's a real positive thing. I thought our power play was huge for us tonight at different parts of the game. I thought our penalty kill did a good job as well. So there's a lot of positives in it. And I think the respect that we have for Michigan now after seeing them for the last 2 nights, they're a very talented team. You look at Hughes out there, it was as good as any defenseman or any player probably in college hockey. So they got a lot of things to be excited about from their end too. So we just got to continue to try to find ways to get better each and every week because the Big Ten's a heck of a conference and it's going to be a heck of a battle every single weekend.
Todd?
Mel said he was a little frustrated at not getting a win out of this. I'd imagine you can be a little frustrated too at not getting a win after you go into the third period with a lead. Is that the case? Do you feel some frustration?
Yeah, I thought after the second period, I really thought that we had worn them down with how we played in the second period, and I thought a good start to the third period, we could continue to build on that lead and keep our momentum going, and they found a way, like I said, to find more energy, to turn it pretty quick. And once they get going in the third, it was hard for us to reestablish our momentum. So we made a big play at the end. Kalnick made a heck of a pass to Cameron there to get us a tying goal. So the no-quit thing was good. I just wish we would have found a way to break their momentum a little bit earlier in the period and find a way to win. But they deserve a point for sure, and I'm sure they feel really good on how they played, the last 2 nights, on the road. And like I said, that's kind of what we're going to see all year. It's what we saw against Ohio State. It's what we saw last weekend at Michigan State. And I'm sure that'll be what we see when we got our upcoming Big Ten teams coming in.
Cameron?
You touched on the momentum going both ways, and it seems like in a few games this year, you guys have been able to dig yourselves out of an early hole, but then struggled to kind of hold on to that after tying it up or taking the lead. Do you think there's something that needs to be worked on to keep that effort through 60 minutes?
I think that's college hockey, and I think you spend a ton of energy, when you do fall behind to try to creep back into it and get yourself back in the game. In the second period, we did. I was hoping that energy and what we did was going to wear them down because we made them play in their D zone a lot. We were on the attack a lot. But they should feel good about their team. Last weekend they played really well against Minnesota. They came from behind 2 different times, 2 different nights there where they were trailing and found ways to come back. So they're a team that is a momentum team as well. I'd like our team to learn how to break the other team's momentum a little bit quicker than we were able to tonight, and I think that'll be important moving forward.
Todd?
You've had a couple chances to finish out weekends in the last few weeks, and you get a tie tonight, losses before. Is there anything you can point to that's common in those? I mean, I know it's tough to win 2 games on a weekend, but you've been close a couple times. You just haven't been able to get over that last hurdle.
Pretty good opponents too. Let's respect our opponents too. You're talking North Dakota was in here. There's 2 games there that was a tie and a 1-goal loss. So. We're playing ranked opponents. We're playing teams that are desperate to win. We're playing teams that, tonight there's a team that they're trying to do what we did last year and get respect nationally. And every time they play a team in front of them, they're trying to make a statement. So they were able to do it on how they played. Like I said, they're a team that is going to be probably give a lot of teams fits. Obviously, they did Minnesota last week, and they played us real well this week. So it's a team that's going to be respected throughout the year, at least on my end of things.
Ethan?
I think coming into the year, you guys had a pretty good idea that you'd be pretty deep offensively, but did you, have this sort of expectations for how consistent your defense was going to be with the 3 freshmen?
Well, just based on, what we knew of them coming in, you have high expectations for them. We've obviously, thrown them out there and put them in key situations really since day one. So Coach Osiki, who does a phenomenal job not only on how he recruits, on who he identifies as players that can help us and that he thinks he can bring to the next level, but just when he gets them here, he gets them confident, he puts them in action and puts them in positions to, to develop confidence fast. And I think, all three of those guys have been players that, are young, are inexperienced, at the collegiate level, but look like veteran players. And I think they've all done an outstanding job.
Any further questions? Cameron, go ahead.
Looked
Last
like
one.
Linus had obviously some success today with the puck on his stick. Do you want to see him more aggressive in situations like that, 2-on-1s?
I'd like to see him shoot it every time he has it on his stick, for sure, because he's obviously got a great release and he knows what to do with it. But he's a great offensive player. He's a young kid that's still learning the game as well, but made big plays for us tonight, and I thought he had great jump. So he's developed.